Welcome back to Wrestling Flash. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Without wasting any time, let's get into today's video. Sasha Banks and Bayley got into a Twitter feud over the WWE SmackDown Women's title. Banks, the current SmackDown Women's Champion, taunted Bayley, the former champion. Banks called her a backstabbing B-word, alluding to the fact that it was Bayley who turned against Sasha Banks. As a response, Bayley claimed that snitches never get the pin, pointing to the fact that Banks gained the title with Bayley tapping out and not with a pinfall victory. The last time Banks and Bayley got inside the ring was at Hell in a Cell. The match was noteworthy for several reasons, with the two rivals pushing each other to their extremes. Keeping aside the botch where Bayley could not tape the kendo sticks together, it was definitely worthy of being the match of the night. When did Sasha Banks and Bayley turn rivals? The feud between Sasha Banks and Bayley started after Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler beat them for the WWE Raw Women's Tag Team titles at Payback 2020. Shayna Baszler had both Bayley and Banks in a lock, and Bayley tapped out. Banks did not appreciate that and claimed that Bayley's submission cost her the WWE Raw Women's Tag Team title. Following this match, the Boss and the former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion have been fierce rivals. It was Bayley who turned heel on Banks and started attacking her frequently. Banks returned the favor by attacking Bayley during one of her in-ring segments. This storyline was well received by the fans, considering Sasha Banks and Bayley told an immaculate friends to foes story. Any storyline that involves superstars who were friends before usually gets a positive audience response. Many predicted that after their bout at Hell in a Cell, the feud would end. Considering they are continuing their rivalry on Twitter, it seems the company has other plans for the duo. However, Bayley is not giving up. She has challenged Sasha Banks for a rematch on the next Friday night SmackDown. As of now, Sasha Banks will battle WWE Raw Women's Champion, Asuka, at the upcoming Survivor Series. She will lead the SmackDown Women's division as well. Chances are the audience will witness Bayley and Banks in a team together to defend the blue brand against the superstars from WWE Raw. In this week's SmackDown, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, along with the world, witnessed when Aalyah Mysterio proclaimed her love for the former disciple, Murphy. Judging from the words of the Mysterios, the complications are far from over. In the latest episode of Talking Smack, the Mysterio men spoke to the hosts Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn about their reaction to the revelation. The men agreed that everything was hard to process. Zayn asked them about what might go through their beloved Aalyah's mind right now. Rey said his daughter was not thinking about the consequences of her actions anymore. She is not thinking. She has now put herself in a bad situation. She has seen what has happened to me first of all, then to Dominic. Sami Zayn then spoke about how Murphy destroyed Rey's eye in the Extreme Rules match against Seth Rollins. He asked if Rey feels betrayed, with Aalyah developing feelings for Murphy. "I think, my daughter. I try not to blame myself because of her motive to be in here in the first place was to support her brother, Dominic. She came and supported Dominic because he was making his debut. He was kicking off his career with WWE, so that just turned that into a mess." Rey Mysterio will get to the bottom of the situation. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens both weighed in on the intensity of the situation. They spoke about how Rey has been through a lot to find his own place in WWE. Owens even said, as the father of a daughter, he would not want to be in Rey's situation, but Rey said he would find everything about the situation. "I have to get to the bottom of this. I have to find out if she is being manipulated, if it's coming out of her heart, and she truly has feelings for Murphy. I have to understand exactly where this all began and how it began." This is a huge thing coming from Rey Mysterio. However, Zayn tried to shed light on how Murphy tried to apologize to the Mysterio family before things went downhill.